Can you just explain what happened? I'm not clear.
Mayor Durkin
They
said
killed
no
a bunch
to
of bike riders?
Because the city is so dysfunctional right now, basically, like, the city council does stuff and approves it, and then the mayor is just like, no, we're not doing that. It's kind of reflecting the national political situation where basically, like, everyone struggles against their own constituents, against the market forces in play in that political activity, against the opposing political team. They struggle and they struggle and they struggle, and then the executive just gets bought off by corporate interests or by, a far-right community group. In this case, it seems like homeowners, and they just shit on all the democracy that's happened. That's what happened today. I think that's my understanding.
Meanwhile, I would say city council is being co-opted by police rhetoric. Like, they're being held.
I mean, yeah, but like the police rhetoric is a part of the sort of just general conservative reactionary vibes emanating from mostly like older homeowners. That's those older homeowners vote the most, they have the most property, they control the city. And we're never going to be older and we're never going to be homeowners. So I don't know what that's like.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Well, I'm just wondering what you meant by the police language. Like, what you're talking about, sort of like the strong, virulent language of our president.
No, I wasn't referring to our president. I was referring to the fact that the city council seems to be mandated to speak on terms that are accountable to police action by constituents.
There's a fair constituency in conservative and centrist politics in Seattle that is focused on policing and like see the police as like the main actor in government.
The reason why I bring this up is because I've been seeing a lot of people say, vote out the city council because they're not getting tough on homelessness. And I'm like,
Well, even our chief of police, she said that she doesn't think the police have any business dealing with homelessness directly.
But there's also this theory or this idea that the police can just solve the problem. That like,
I don't think these people want the problem solved. I think they want others to be harmed. I think it's more Trumpian than Erik thinks. They just want to hurt people because they're hurting.
I guess there is bias. People have biases that are sort of in us, and we have to fight them. So I don't believe that like that's the same as hate.
Right, and like mainstream political like liberal culture in Seattle could be just as dehumanizing as like center-right culture in Seattle, for sure. Like they equally hate poor people. They equally hate houseless people. Like,
but they don't all have like guns, and they're not going to go out and like hurt other people.
No, I think liberals are like pretty impotent when it comes to like violence, which is maybe good if like that's the fascism we're going to get is like liberalism. I don't know. Like, I just want to say it's been 19 years since the kingdom was demolished as of today, which means that this time next year will be 20 years. From where we are right now, you could have heard the kingdom fall probably 19 years ago.
But could you have smelled it?
You might have if the wind was blowing in the right direction. It would have just smelled like concrete.
My aunt actually was able to go on to the field before it was blown up, and she dug out some dirt from where Ken Griffey used to be and put it in a bag and gave it to me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if there were a cohort of people who decided they want to die in the kingdom implosion? They were like, and me too.
Like domers, they'd be called. They'd be called domers.
It sounds like a cult. It's like Heaven's Gate or something. Yeah.
They get like a foot long and like a 24-ounce can of blood, and
they all have like vintage Ken Griffey cards.
Oh, totally. In a teeny frame.
I still have all of my Pokemon cards from the days of yore, in my binder, and they're in individual card slots.
Course,
and I have
collector status.
And the holographic ones, they all are hard shell, and they also have a soft insert so that when you put them in, it's perfect.
How much is it worth, do you think, now?
How much is it worth
Hundreds
to you?
Of thousands.
How much is it worth to you, really? Like, let's say it gets waterlogged.
I haven't really thought of how much money it would be appraised for.
Because
But-
who actually has insurance?
I want
right?
to see a motherfucker take their Pokemon cards to Antiques Roadshow. That'd be so fucking tight.
Dude, when it comes in, I'm going.